Good evening, friends. Welcome to the Instagram live session. And shall I wait for few friends to join me? Good evening, friends. Welcome to the session. And the topic for today's discussion is all about contraception. And before I start, let me tell you what made me decide this or select this topic, which is about contraception. To tell you a little bit about the history, what made me select, just last week I was reading an article about the impact of COVID-19 on the women health, and this article was published in Hindustan Times in April 2020. And in this article there was a data, which the data was released from United Nations Population Funds and Partners, which is an international organization, and it's called UNFPA. And this organization stated that there's approximately 7 million unintended pregnancies estimated in the coming months. So this 7 million unintended pregnancy is a huge number. So the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on women health, especially women and girls of reproductive age group, is immense. And the number 7 million really hit me hard, and it really made me think twice that and I decided that creating an awareness about contraception among the girls, young girls and women of reproductive age group is the need of the hour. And this is why I selected the topic contraception, which I'll be discussing today. So if you have any queries, do please share your questions with me and I'll be happy to answer these questions. Now, we all understand that sexual life, a healthy sexual life is very, very important for a couple to maintain their healthy and happy relationship. But the fear of pregnancy should not hamper their sexual life. So the fear of pregnancy can easily be handled just by taking small actions, and you have to be aware of these actions. And what is this action? This action is just about knowing about contraceptive options, knowing about the contraceptive methods, and just practicing them in your day-to-day life so that you can enjoy your sexual life. So today I'll be discussing about what are the different contraceptive methods and how can you select the right method which is best suited for you. Stay tuned with me till the end if you really want to gain a lot of information about contraception. And for viewers who do not know me, I'm Dr. Rekha Thakur, and I'm a practicing gynecologist with 19 years of experience. And I'm a founder of Wellstar Clinic and Diagnostics, and I stay in Gurgaon and I practice here. So coming back to the topic of contraception. So if I have viewers and I can start the topic, the contraceptive methods. There are many contraceptive methods. Approximately there are 15 contraceptive methods, and they are categorized into 4 categories, different categories depending on how they act. So depending on their actions. Now these 4 actions are: number 1, the contraceptive methods can prevent the sperms from so the barrier method acts by stopping the sperms from reaching up to the egg. And the second method is called hormonal method. So these are medicines which inhibits the ovulation, which do not allow egg formation. So these are hormones, which are medicines in the form of tablets or other ways. And the third one is called a method which prevents the fertilized egg from implantation. It does not allow the fertilized egg to stay inside the uterus or to get implanted in the uterus and carry forward as pregnancy. And the fourth method is a permanent sterilization method, where the tubes in the females and vas deferens in the males, they are blocked, and it leads to permanent blockage of the tube so that the egg do not travel to the uterus. So these are the 4 ways how the contraceptive methods act. So viewers, I hope I'm audible. Okay, so I've started getting questions. Should I answer them first? I have been taking iPill regularly, due to which I have put on a lot of weight. How to lose, right, Kanika? So iPill is not a part of a contraceptive as such. It comes into the category of emergency contraceptive pill. So I will be talking about emergency contraceptive pill, which is iPill, in detail. But Kanika, just to answer your this thing in short right now, because it is a hormone, it is a very high dose of hormone progesterone. So one of the side effect of these hormonal medicines, or any hormonal method of contraception, is weight gain. So your weight gain would not entirely be because of iPill, because this iPill is one tablet which stays only for 72 hours in your body. It doesn't have a long-term effect. But if you misuse the iPill, you will land up with problems with your weight or your irregular cycle and multiple other issues. So because it's a high dose of hormones, you can relate it to weight gain, but not really. There can be other reasons for your weight gain as well. You should think about it. Yeah. And I will definitely talk more about iPill. Please stay with me, Kanika, till the end so that you learn more about it. Again, the second is, will any supplements or medications I take affect how well emergency contraception works? Now, there is no role of emergency contraception with any supplements or medications. It does affect in case of women who have underlying disorders like hypertension or blood clotting diseases, or heart problems, heart diseases, or cancers. Those women should not be taking any hormonal tablets, hormonal contraceptive pills, be it iPill or a normal 21-day pill. So these hormonal tablets, whether it is a 21-day normal contraceptive birth control pill, or an iPill, these hormonal tablets are not recommended for women with any kind of medical problems like breast cancers or heart diseases or blood clotting diseases, or had an old history of heart stroke. So you should be careful. You should practice other ways of contraceptive methods, not the hormonal tablets. Yes, so coming back to the topic, there are 4 ways how the contraceptive medicines act. One is by preventing ovulation, another barrier method where they prevent the sperm from reaching up to the egg. The third one is it prevents implantation, and the fourth is the permanent sterilization. Now let us see what are the different methods in each of these categories. So coming to the first one, the barrier method, where the sperms do not reach the egg. What are the options there? So the first option there is condoms, right? So there are male condoms and there are female condoms. So everyone is aware what a condom is. And if I can show you, condoms are available in the market. This kind of packets are called male condoms, which are used by male partners. And Kanika, can you tell me about the connection? Am I audible? Am I visible? Is it going well, or do I need to correct? Can anyone help me with saying whether it is running well or there's a lag behind? Yes, I'm back. I'm so sorry for the lag behind. Kanika, am I audible? Am I fine? Hi, someone, if you can just let me know, is it working? So, hi everyone, am I audible? Yes, so going ahead with the topic, in the barrier method, there are 4 methods of contraception. The most common is, Kanika, am I audible? Am I fine? Shall I continue? Right. So in the barrier method, as I said, there are 4. The most common method used is a barrier method, is the condoms. The condoms are, everyone know what a condom is and how it looks like. If someone who do not know, it's available in the pharmacies in such kind of packets. But you must not be aware of female condoms. So female condoms are available in this The female condoms are also available. You can see that in the shops, and they are not very common, but there are other methods of female condoms. So there are diaphragms which are used as a barrier method by females. There are cervical caps, there are sponges. So these methods are used by females, but these methods are not routinely practiced. The diaphragms, the female condoms, and the sponge. So they act as a barrier. They prevent the sperms from going inside. But they are not practiced because they are not easily available in the pharmacies. The last one, which is routinely used by females, is a spermicidal gel. The spermicidal gel is available in this form. It looks like this. Sorry, it comes in the form of, it comes by name Today, and it comes in such packet. Can you see this? So it comes by name Today, and it is available like suppositories. All you have to do is insert this suppository just 10 minutes before having sex, and it gets dissolved and it forms like a gel which is spermicidal. It kills all the sperms coming in the vagina. So this condom, male condoms and females spermicidal gel, is the most commonly used barrier method. Then coming to the other method, which is a hormonal methods. Hormonal method acts by preventing ovulation. It does not allow the eggs to develop or the eggs to rupture. So what are the methods in this category are tablets, the 21-day tablet, which we routinely called as a birth control pills, right, by name Femilon, Novilon, Loite, Yasmin. There are multiple of them, and they are easily available over the counters. So these hormonal tablets are used by young girls. Who are the right candidate for these tablets are young girls, women who are married women who wants to delay pregnancy for few months or years, or anybody. It is for lactating mothers who have their period, who have started their periods, can take tablets in the form of mini pills. So these medicines, these tablets are routinely used, and they are used over the counter. You don't need prescription for them. But you have to be careful while using these medicines. It also has side effects because it alters the whole hormone cycle, and the side effects may be nausea, vomiting, weight gain, and bloating, breast tenderness, headache, pain in the leg. But they are not so severe. If you encounter any of these side effects, you can stop these medicines whenever you feel that it is not suiting you. But it is one of the safest method of using, and it is a consistency is maintained, that you take the medicine throughout the month and you are safe. So it has a very good protection, and its efficacy is very high. The failure rate is very low. It's only 4%, 4 to 7%. So hormonal tablets are very widely accepted. There are a few challenges here when we talk of hormonal tablets. The challenges here that women generally face are they forget taking medicines, every day. It's an everyday task, so they forget sometimes, 1 day, 2 days, that you can just forget taking their medicines. Then you have to remember, you have to follow the compliance of it. Yes, you have to remember to take it. Sometimes the medicine gets over and you forget to buy the medicine on time, and because there's a delay in the pregnancy, delay in purchasing the medicine, so the pregnancy is established. So there are the only challenge is compliance. So compliance, that you have to remember to take the medicine, and because it is a medicine which has to be taken throughout the month, you have to follow the schedule properly. The first tablet, it looks like this. So the tablets have got 21 tablets like this in 3 rows. So you have to follow from one tablet from the top, and you have to follow the tablet in one direction, taking the tablet at the same time every day. And the first tablet, you start from any of the first 5 days of the menstrual cycle. After 5 days of menstrual cycle, you do not start the tablet in the mid of the cycle. It is important that it has to be started in the beginning of the cycle, which is the first 5 days of the menstrual cycle. and with the second pack of the same medicine. So there has to be only 7 days gap between the two packets. So once you finish with the tablet, the last one after that you give a gap of 7 days. So 7 days you will not take any medicine, and from the 8th day you're going to start with the second packet of the same medicine. And in between those 7 days you will have your menstrual cycle. So this is all about contraceptive pills. I told you the side effects, but who are the best people for oral contraceptive pills are young girls or women who really want to defer pregnancy for a few months and years, and young girls who have frequent intercourse, and girls who are into living relationships. So it's a good option for women. But these medicines are also contraindicated in many conditions, as I just mentioned earlier, and I answered Kanika's question. So these tablets or any kind of hormonal medicines are contraindicated for women who are above 35 years and having other medical health issues like diabetes or heart diseases, having clotting diseases, or cancer, suffering with cancers, or women who are heavy smokers. Even they should not be taking oral hormonal tablets. So these are the contraindications for taking hormonal tablets. But overall, if you see that these hormonal tablets, the 21-day birth control pills, have very high acceptance in the society, and it is a very safe method of using it. Whenever you want, you can discontinue the tablet, and whenever you want, you can take it. So you can start the medicine. So the best thing is to take a doctor's advice before you starting this. So in hormonal tablets, this is one 21-day pills, and you also have other methods when we talk of hormonal which prevents ovulation. So there are other medicines which comes in the form of implants, right? So hormonal contraceptive methods are implants. Implants are small devices which comes like this, it's exactly like this, and they are put under the skin in the arms, and these stay under the skin for 3 years. After 3 years, one need to replace this implant, take this out from this under the skin and put another implant. So it has got medicine on it, and it releases the hormones throughout the day, each day for 3 years, and that provides protection. But it is only for a long-term contraceptive method, right? And the other one is a patch, hormonal patch. So hormonal patch comes like this. I don't have a real patch, so this is just a paper. And hormonal patches comes in this form, and all you need to do is put it up, paste it on your abdomen, lower abdomen, or the buttocks, or your upper arm for 21 days, and the next 7 days you have to take it off. So this is a kind of patch. Basically you change this patch every week, but you have to apply patch for 3 weeks in a month and for 21 days, and the 4th week you don't have to apply a patch. So this patch is again a part of hormonal method. And I've told you about the 21-day pill, the patch, the implant, and there's another thing called injections. So injections, hormonal injections, are also available as a part of contraceptive method. So these injections are given once in 3 months. This is another option, and they're generally preferred by lactating mothers. So they prefer to take an injection once in 3 months, and these injections are rarely used. But yes, many women do come asking for injection shots, DMPA injections. The only challenge with injections is that in the 3 months period, it may occasionally just cause irregular spotting, irregular bleeding, and that's a big challenge. So those injections, patch, and implant, and 21-day birth control pills, they are all very safe, highly effective, and has a very less failure rates. They are very widely used all over the world. Now coming to the third category. The third category is medicine which prevents implantation of the fertilized egg. Fertilized egg means that an egg and the sperm has already fused, they have come together and they've started the process of pregnancy. But now when they reach the uterus, the hormones or the uterine cavity will not allow the fertilized egg to implant. So what are the methods here? What are the contraceptive methods here? There are two methods. One is intrauterine devices. Intrauterine contraceptive devices. These are foreign body like copper T or multilode. So these are foreign devices which are inserted inside the uterine cavity, and they create a barrier and do not allow the fertilized egg to implant inside the uterus or to settle down and continue pregnancy. So they disturb the environment of the uterine cavity, not allowing the pregnancy to settle. So these are called, in other words, these are also called copper T or multilode, or they are even Mirena. So these all come into this category. And copper T, and they are routinely advised for mothers who have just delivered the baby, and they want any mom who wants to defer pregnancy for next 5 years. So these are the ideal method of contraception for moms who wants to defer the next pregnancy for next 5 years. So if they want a contraception, a stable contraception for 3 years to 5 years, then this copper T is the preferred method. After 5 years, we can remove the copper T and the mother can start planning for the second pregnancy. But this copper T again has a challenge of getting displaced from its normal position or getting infections. So any kind of problem should be consulted with the doctor. You need to follow up with your doctor to check whether copper T is in the right place, and there should be no problem, or it should not have moved from its normal place. So you have to keep checking on the placement of the copper T month on month, and that can be done by self-examination method. We can teach you how to self-examine the method. So that's quite an easy task. But this is a very stable method of contraception. Now another method which comes into this category of preventing implantation is emergency contraceptive pill. So emergency contraceptive pill means I-pill. It comes by name I-pill or unwanted 72. So these I-pill are very widely used nowadays, but we really do not recommend I-pill too much, because it is not a protection from pregnancy, but it is an emergency contraceptive pill. That means that the medicine is to be taken after having unprotected sex. So the medicine can be taken within 72 hours of having unprotected intercourse, and maximum it can be taken within 5 days. It's okay to take within 5 days, but the early the better. And the emergency contraception I just discussed, it has a lot of very high dose of hormones, and I-pill, it looks like this. So it has one single tablet, it looks like this, and this tablet has to be taken within 72 hours of unprotected intercourse. Having intercourse after taking the medicine do not give any protection. You still will have a chance of pregnancy. So this I-pill, the emergency contraceptive pill, is widely used, but it is also misused by a lot of girls and women all over the world. So you have to be very careful, because it is a very high dose of progesterone level. It has higher side effects and complications. So what are these side effects? The side effects for this I-pill can be nausea, vomiting, bloating, and the major side effects that we are concerned and we really talk about it is something which is very alarming. Is number one, it alters the menstrual cycle pattern. So it just disturbs, because it's a high dose of progesterone, it disturbs the menstrual cycle. So the girl may have early start of bleeding, which is called a withdrawal bleeding, or will have a disturbed cycle, have two cycles in 1 month, bleeding twice in a month. So it disturbs the whole pattern, which takes again a month or two to settle down. So this is one side effect of emergency contraceptive pill. And the second major issue that we deal with is ectopic pregnancy. So women or girls who take eye pill, who misuse eye pill taking more frequently, they face with a challenge. They come across with ectopic pregnancy, and this ectopic pregnancy needs to be, it becomes a life-threatening scenario where it needs to be taken care of, and it needs hospital admission, and the tube may get damaged. So girls who really misuse emergency contraceptive pill or eye pill, taking it more frequently, or taking it twice or thrice in a month, or taking without consulting a gynecologist, be aware of it, that it leads with it. It leads with a major complication called ectopic pregnancy, which is not something that you would like at this point of time. So ectopic pregnancy is a major concern. So be careful. If you see that you have to take eye pill more frequently in a month, it is better for you to prefer a more stable 21-day birth control pill, which is oral contraceptive pill, which is more stable, more body friendly, and this will not disturb your hormonal cycle, and also it is much more preferable than the emergency eye pill. Right? So I've discussed about the implantation barriers, the intrauterine devices, and also about the emergency contraceptive pill. So if you have any questions, do keep writing to me before I move ahead. And the next topic, the question that I can see a question here: if I plan to have a baby, how soon after stopping the birth control pill can I conceive? So there's, after you stop the pill, you can start conceiving right away. There's absolutely no contraindication to it that you have to wait for 2 months or 3 months. No. Generally, we have seen that after stopping the contraceptive pill, the next cycle, the hormones are very good, and most of the women do conceive immediately in the very next cycle. So you need not, there's no reason to wait. The hormones are quite settled, and it's absolutely fine to conceive in the very next cycle. Right? And going forward, so the last category is a permanent sterilization. So the permanent sterilization is, we can block the tubes. So this permanent sterilization method is taken up in males as well as in females. So in males, when we block the vas deferens, it is called vasectomy, and this can be done in the males. It's a surgical procedure, and once the tube is blocked, the sperms do not come out. So this is a permanent and a safe method. So the another, in females, the method is called tubal ligation or tubectomy. This is a permanent method of sterilizations where both the fallopian tubes are blocked, and it is done by a laparoscopic surgery, which is just a few hours of surgery. It is a bloodless procedure. It is just you will be discharged the same day from the hospital. It's a very small minor procedure done through laparoscope, and once the tubes are blocked, then it is like a permanent sterilization is done. You have permanent contraception method, and this method is the best method for women who do not want to plan any further pregnancies, so who are happy with and have completed their family and do not want to conceive in future. So this is the best method for all women after 30-35 who have completed their family, or women who are going through multiple health disorders, and if it can be done for them as well. So but these are done only with the consultation of the doctor, and she will plan as per the need or looking at the health of the mother, right? So having said these 4 methods, the 4 categories, we already discussed: the barrier method, the hormonal method, the intrauterine devices, which prevents the implantation, and the permanent sterilization. So out of the 4 categories, you can select any one category, and you can select any one method which is best suited for you, and then practice that each time to be safe and to avoid pregnancy or unintended unwanted pregnancies. Just excuse me. Now, I want to talk little more about how to select the method, which one is the best suited for you. So if you look at young girls who are into college, or who have just started their job and they are unmarried, or who are into living in relationship. So for these girls, for young girls, what is the best method of contraception? So for them, the best method of contraception depends upon how frequent is their sex life. So how frequently they have intercourse, and how many partners they have. Do they have single partner, or they have multiple partners? So depending on that, they can select the method. So if the best method for them is, if they have very frequent sex, so the best method for them is 21-day birth control pills. So they are more stable, they are more secure, the failure rate is very low, and it is very safe for them, and it is more body friendly. So along with that, these girls should also take care that they use condoms. They should also use condoms. The male condoms should be used, or the female condoms, because they also need protection from sexually transmitted diseases. So one of the additional advantage that the condoms has, or a barrier method provides, is a protection from sexually transmitted diseases. So all the young girls who are unmarried, or who have multiple partners, and you don't know how many partners the male partner has, so it is very safe and very advisable that you use a 21-day birth control pill, which is very safe and body friendly, and along with that, use a condom for the protection from sexually transmitted disease. What are the diseases that can be transmitted by not using barrier methods? Are HIV, hepatitis, sexually transmitted diseases like gonorrhea, chlamydia. There are many more. So it is advisable for all women who has multiple sexual partners, please use condom, because you need to protect yourself from these diseases. Now, the next category is women who are lactating, who have just given birth to the baby. So for them, again, if your menstrual cycle has started and you are having a menstrual cycle month on month, then you should also consult your doctor and start taking a 21-day pill. Obviously, we do not give the normal pills. We give only progesterone pills, which is also called as mini pills. So these mini pills are meant for lactating mothers, and it gives a very safe protection, and it is quite stable. We cannot give you the normal 21 estrogen progesterone pills. And for lactating mothers who have not started their menstrual cycle, so they are into the lactational amenorrhea, where you do not conceive. It as a natural contraception for you. So unless and until the menstrual cycle starts, you would not conceive. But still, I would recommend that if you are breastfeeding your child, and you're giving exclusive breastfeeding, though you don't have a chance of conception, you are into lactational amenorrhea, but still practice barrier method of contraception, which means you do use condoms for extra protection and extra secure that you will not conceive. And if you do not use that, then do check for pregnancy test every month, because it gives a wrong assurance that you are you feel you are safe. By lactational amenorrhea period, you feel, I will not conceive, but there are surprises and there are instances when the woman has come back with pregnancy, having conceived even during those lactational period. So this is the second. For women who are married and they want to defer their pregnancy for a few months, and for a year or two, oral contraceptive tablets, the 21-day pills are the best. And they can take continuously for 3 to 4 months, give a gap for 1 or 2 months in between, and again continue for 3 months. I would not advise to take oral contraceptive pill for a year or two continuously. No, you should take for 3 months, give a gap of 1 or 2 months, and then again take it for 3 months. In the month of when you plan to give a gap, use other barrier methods or condoms for protection. Now, the women who are suffering with health problems, heart disease or breast cancer or any other medical problems, blood clotting diseases, so for them hormonal tablets are not the method of contraception. They should avoid them. Rather, they prefer to use a condoms or a spermicidal gel or intrauterine devices. So these are the methods for women with having any kind of medical problems. So the only contraindication for them is any kind of tablets. You should not take tablets, rather use spermicidal gel, vaginal gel, which I just mentioned here. This can be the method. This is quite safe. You can use it 10 minutes before having intercourse, or ask your partner to use a condoms. So with this, and for women who have already finished their family, the permanent sterilization is the best. And it is a one-day procedure, but do take up the procedure. And the last category, for women who want to space between the two child, who needs a space of 4 to 5 years, for them the ideal method is intrauterine devices, which is called Copper T, Multilode or Mirena. Anyone she can select anyone. So with this, do I have any questions or yes? Just a moment, I can take this question. No, I have answered this. Yeah, there's one more. Does birth control pill cause cancer? Birth control pill as such do not cause cancer, but yes, it when the tablets are misused, it can trigger the cancer. It can just precipitate the cancer reactions. A woman who is already having a family history of cancer or already having some predisposition to breast cancers, for them, if they take a hormonal tablet, then it precipitates and it predisposition factors, then it accelerates the process of cancer. Yes, but even when these hormones misuse the tablet for many years, taking estrogen, progesterone tablets or a very high dose of cancer, yes. So there is a relationship between estrogen and a breast cancer. We prefer to avoid, but it may either, when the tablet is misused and it is taken for many years, it can lead to breast cancer. Or if a lady already has some element of cancer or an underlying predisposition to at high risk of having a breast cancer, and if she takes estrogen pills or estrogen progesterone pills, the breast cancer may get precipitated. So we have to be very careful while prescribing oral contraceptive pills or hormonal pills to a woman who is at high risk of any cancers. We generally try and avoid any woman who has a family history or who has a high tumor markers present or a high risk of getting cancer. We prefer to avoid hormonal contraceptive pills. We advise other methods of contraception. Right, so with this, I would like to end the session with just saying few takeaways for all of you. So the number one thing is selecting the right contraceptive method for yourself is very important, and practicing a safe sexual life. Enjoy your sexual life, but do not forget contraceptive methods, and prefer to use condoms because it also gives an additional benefit of protecting you from sexually transmitted diseases. And the third one, you should consult your doctor before taking the medicine, for she can also help you about the contraindications or help you select the right method which is best suited for you. So and do practice contraceptive methods, because it is always advisable to protect or to avoid pregnancy rather than facing unwanted pregnancy or going for abortions. Now, if any of you are already dealing with unwanted pregnancies and do not know how to go ahead, you can also watch my video which I have done on how to handle unwanted pregnancies, and it is live on Facebook page of mine, WellStar Clinic and Diagnostic page. So you can go there and watch my video to know how to handle unwanted pregnancies. And regarding the contraceptives, if you have any doubt or if you have any queries, do write down to me in the messenger box and I'll be happy to reply to you. So thank you so much, friends, and I'll see you again next week, same time on Instagram Live. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your time.